Water is life. This simple phrase has become a rallying cry for Indigenous activists around the world who are fighting for environmental justice and their right to clean water. The phrase has been used in protests, marches, and campaigns to draw attention to the struggles of Indigenous people in the face of environmental degradation and the lack of access to clean water. Water is essential for life, and Indigenous communities have been the most affected by water pollution, lack of access to clean water, and the destruction of their ancestral homelands. In many cases, Indigenous people are forced to drink contaminated water and suffer from diseases and illnesses that are a direct result of their lack of access to clean water. This is especially true in the United States, where many Indigenous communities are located on or near reservations that lack access to clean water. As the effects of climate change become more pronounced, the water crisis in Indigenous communities is becoming even more severe. In the face of this crisis, Indigenous activists are standing up and fighting for their right to clean water and for environmental justice. They are leading protests and campaigns to put pressure on governments to protect their water sources and access to clean water. Indigenous activists are also working to educate their communities about the importance of water and the dangers of water pollution. They are also working to build awareness about the water crisis in Indigenous communities and to highlight the importance of protecting water sources. Indigenous activists are also advocating for the protection of sacred sites and the preservation of their ancestral homelands. They are speaking out against the destruction of their land and are pushing for clean energy sources that will not cause environmental damage. The fight for environmental justice and access to clean water is a struggle that Indigenous activists around the world are taking on, and they are making their voices heard. With their efforts, they are raising awareness about the water crisis in Indigenous communities and putting pressure on governments to protect their water sources and the environment. Water is life, and Indigenous activists are fighting for their right to clean water and a better future.